Welcome, family. How you doing? This is the Underrated Darkness channel. Support the channel, like it, hit the bell, hit the bell. So when I come for a powerful live stream or video, y'all will get it first. Also, my past live streams and also videos. Let's get them likes and the views up on those. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also, you want to know more about me? Yours truly, Jerry Thomas. Facebook page. Um, Facebook group. All in caps, JTNVP, thinking for ourselves. Something happened. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay. Hold on there. Yeah. Hey, y'all, what's up? Poetic Cows, what's up? Candy, how you feel? Welcome. And so we'll wait for some more people to come in. So let's see. I got a Twitter account, all in caps. At JT Blackman 44. Instagram account, Lowercast the Underrated Darkness. Also, I do music, I do boxing. Also, I be having a also, what's going on this computer? I don't know. It be going on. Also, I have my fellowship live that I actually like talk. All of us we talk as one. I show my food and or sometimes dessert. We talk about things that are going on in our community, and then be great discussions. So nice start. Thanks for coming. So I'm just waiting for some more people to come in. We're gonna talk about different things. Tonight I might get back on tonight. I don't know when. I might get on tonight. It really depends. So watch out for that. Just wait for some more people to come in. Gab Talk Media. Welcome, my brother. Welcome. I want to how everybody doing. Wait till it fill up a little bit. I don't know what's gonna so just wait for some more people to come in. I might talk about cause I got no more. I was gonna talk about some politics, but I got to find out of this story was more because I just seen it. Oh, thanks, John Brooks. Appreciate that. Glad showed up. Thank you. Go ahead, smash the like button for me, please. Very much appreciated. Let's get this game going. Um, but I do want to talk about the midterm elections that is going to be coming up, and it's a lot of illegal stuff. It's really happening that we have to keep our eye on, especially in our community, also locally too. You know, there's a lot of underhanded things that's happened that deals with vote registration. They're trying to oppress that, and now most of the local government around this country is really conservative. You know, there's people say, "What about liberal?" To me, it's all the same. You know, but keep an eye on that. You know, because they are really going in. Um, and we got to keep an eye on that. I don't know. It's going to be panel discussion. It really depends. But also so we got to keep an eye on that. And see, I was writing certain things down and stuff like that. And also too, I was watching TV, and they were showing stuff about agriculture. They was taking some studies, and they was like showing what certain food that had different types of ingredients in that it don't supposed to than other communities. I forgot the name of that channel. The channel it was, but I seen that a few days ago. But when I find out, I'm definitely gonna let you know. And then we know, as always, we down the bottom, and we don't have our own people to really work in these agriculture departments, especially locally around the country. And we have to understand that um that is happening, and it's mind boggling too. Um and so and so it's a lot of things that's happening. There's a lot of things that's really happening underneath what's going on. And also they also there's quite a few old time artists is really coming out, and they bringing their music out through Google. I did a live stream about that a month ago about Ramsey Lewis, and Ramsey Lewis got a new CD out on Google, and I'm very interested one to hear that, because he haven't coming out with anything for a long time, and I know it's like all time old school artists is really coming out on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, Google, and other social media too, and so like, we definitely got to keep an eye on that. They go practically like independent, and Google is giving out that money, y'all. Google is giving out that money. And so we need to keep an eye on that too. And but salute to you, John Brooks. Salute to Gab Talk Media. Salute to Poetic Kells Queen. Salute to Candy Romero Queen, and John Brooks. Salute to everybody in the chat so far. Thanks for coming. Of your busy schedules. Greatly appreciated. And it's gonna be a great time. But Actual Citrus Autonomy, thanks for coming. Peace to you, Queen. Thanks for coming. Very much appreciated. Thanks for coming. Um, but there's a lot of stuff has happened um lately. Um, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you this too. I did hear it on two. I did hear it on TV not few hours ago that they said that the Russians is trying to is interfering um the elections, the midterm elections, and so we definitely gotta watch out for that and hear that because it's really like really hurt is really penetrating, and they need more side people that work for cyber, to come in. I'm talking on the government level and stuff. But at the same time, Irish Crush 45, if he want more people, he gotta okay it, and he's not gonna okay it and stuff like that. So um and oh yeah, I see you, Gab Talk Meet. I see you on Nala says panel and stuff. That was powerful and stuff last night, and I enjoy your intake on that. And as a matter of fact, Gab Talk, I'm gonna invite some people on. I'm gonna invite you on Gab Talk. I want you to come to the panel. I want you to come to the panel. Gab Talk Media. I want you to get the link. Come to the panel, please. Very much appreciated. I'm glad you're doing well, Party Cows. I'm right there. Really glad all the queens and queens and the kings is doing well. I seen you a link on Gab Talk Media. So as soon as you get it, come on. Very much appreciated. But gonna ask you a question. Like I said, is the underrated one speaks part two. Um, yeah, let's get the like button. Let's get them lights up. Um, very much appreciated. Um, and so I'm gonna start like I'm gonna get back to doing doing subjects too. I haven't lately. I've been freelancing, doing series and stuff like that. But I'm gonna get back at doing subjects. Don't worry about it, fam. I'm on it and everything. I got some stuff to really talk about in the near future, so watch out for that and everything. And you never know. I think there is a series part that is coming. I'm working on that, and they're very very much appreciated. Um, but I'm glad that you're showing up and everything. Greatly appreciated. Oh, men's talk. It's definitely that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen towards the end of the week. So watch out for that. Man's talk. You know, that's gonna happen. So watch out for that. Um, I was thinking about doing some music. The conditions of classic classic R&B and R&B today. That's that today, and that's definitely is going to be a panel discussion. So I'm like ones that in my age group or even younger that listen to old school music, I would like for y'all to come in. It could be be a man or woman, doesn't make a difference. But I would like in the near future to have more sisters to come in to talk about stuff like that too. It's very, very important um to really talk about that. But I do want to talk about family discipline. And most likely in the near future I will do a live about that, really go into it. But I do want to talk about that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going Afrocentric time in and Poetic Cows. I'm going to invite you on. Anybody else that want to get on, be greatly appreciated. Um, because we gotta hear from the woman perspective, y'all, and the brothers too. So I send that Afrocentric. Gonna send you a link. And anybody else who want to come on, feel free. All right. So, um, but I'm glad that you showed up. Really happy for that. Hold on, fam. Hold on. Hold on. Um, all right, Afrocentric. I send you the link. Um, Also I send a link to Poetic Cows. Um, there it is. Send an invite to your sisters. Um, Thank you. Let's get the lights up. Um, but there is a problem. I think I touched it on it not too long ago, but I'm talking about. Oh, okay, party. Okay. Afrocentric. I send you the link. Kenneth Nash, what's going on? What's going on, brother? Thanks for coming. Okay. Afrocentric, I send you the link. If you want to get on, come and join. Let's get them lights up and everything. Why I talk about that? Because we find out, especially our kids in our community, they really acting up in public, in a public
Peace, brother.
peace. Oh, what's going on?
Yes, sir. It's Gab. It's Gab.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Yes,
glad
sir.
you're here. Okay, welcome back, Candace. Welcome back, Queen Candace. Welcome back. I want to ask you a question, brother. As a father, there is, what I see for a while now. There is lack of discipline in public areas, and finding the kids acting up. It's the little kids acting. Little kids gonna be little kids, but I'm talking about teenagers. Hitting on their parents in the in the public place. It could be a boy, a girl, and curse at them and stuff like that. And they still come. All right, protocols. And I want to know how do we go about take care of that as a community?
All right. Did you say that some kids be hitting their parents?
Yeah,
Is
I
that what
see
you?
that. Yeah, I be seeing them hit their parents. Also, I see them curse. They curse at their parents.
Yeah, I seen the cursing too. Um, the black. I know we talking about black families. So um,
Well,
the
hold on,
community. Go
I
ahead,
ain't
talk
gonna
to me.
cut you off.
Talk to me. Say what
It,
you saying.
I'm saying like this. It happened throughout humanity, so I want to throw it out this. Okay, you just picking. It happened throughout humanity, but I'm gonna go. It happened throughout humanity. I was just gonna throw it out there. While we talk about black families, you go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, guy.
All right, cool. Yeah, nah. The nature of black people is what I'm gonna deal with. Because usually we don't do the hitting thing, but we've been getting out of pocket quite a bit lately in recent years. Um, the presence, I think, the presence of black fathers. I'm sorry, the presence of fathers. Period. Right, and going back to a village model, going back to a village model where um, people don't mind you stepping in. Right now, we brother, it done got so violent that we have chosen a path to stay out of each other's business. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what somebody might do, man. Things have gotten so out of pocket. So, a couple of things need to happen in my assessment is we need to keep doing this, keep building the community, keep the outreach going, keep giving up positive images through um, not just this, but it's all kinds of programs where um, like people that's coaches, people that's in the community that's posed themselves as leaders already. They got big brother programs, all kinds of stuff where men are making themselves more present in the neighborhood. A group of brothers, man, needed um, to always be present, man. Even out there at the grocery store, but people got to make time to to be available in the neighborhood. But we got to build our bonds, man. I don't think that the bond in the black community is where we needed to be in order to risk ourselves. And what's happening right now is like you don't feel like the risk you like I'm assessing is this risk that I'm gonna take worth it
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think I'm projecting would people do this for me? Like I'm saying, will people do this for my daughter? Will people do this for my wife if I was out there? So when something goes down in the community, it's difficult to separate yourself from yourself. Meaning that, like shit, I ain't risking myself for this situation right here. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something really extreme and it touch you. There's some things that really can be extreme and it'll touch you and you'll just risk yourself. But we need to strengthen that right there and step up because some of the people, the sisters, some of the parents will cuss you out for jumping in. And you thought you was doing a noble act, or some brother, just say
Mm-hmm.
you at the grocery store, somebody down another aisle didn't want you to say shit to what's going on in his family. And now you in a whole debacle with somebody with two, three, four people you don't even know and you can start questioning yourself as to damn how did I get into this and was this really worth it? And I would be fooled to act like I got the real solutions. I'm just like kind of reaching for things that we need to continue to try to develop. I'm just saying let's not give up, man, on trying to love our community.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah.
I think we try. I know me, man. I'm trying to figure out how to embrace us through everything that we go through our look at the differences, dude. Look how many people in the community that we might consider, not really pro-black. Look at the people in the community that's black people that we might consider coons. Do you want to step up? Like, does that matter? Because we kick coons out. We kick non-pro blacks out of the circle of the endeared pro-black community. So you don't even really know who you stepping up for. So is it
Right.
really going to be in your heart to even do it, or do you have to vet the entire community before you do that?
Mm-hmm.
So somewhere, somehow, and again, I don't have the answer. We got to develop the kind of love for self that
Mm-hmm.
may be a little less conditional than what it already is. We will have to become living sacrifices for the greater good at some point if things are to change. Like, it's the conditional love and that we putting out. I don't know that that's going to be enough to build bonds. I think when you risk your life for something that would not necessarily risk their life for you, proves the greater point to those of us that might be on the fence about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Or people would just say, nah, he was dumb for risking his life for somebody he ain't know. Cause that's the kind of, man, that's what I grew up in, bro. I just gotta keep it real with
Mm-hmm.
you. We ain't trying, if we ain't risking our lives for each other, man. If you ain't grow up with me and all that kind of shit like that, like that's how we vet it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tough. It's real tough, man.
So is it safe to say, brother, that there's no more love for each other as a people, or it's just segments?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, like
Is it
just
safe
based
to say
on
that? I'm talking about. What I'm saying. When I'm coming from Raw. I mean, so when I'm coming from Gary, brother Raw, watch out for your link. Like I said again, when I'm saying as a man in the community and as a family man, as a father, is it safe to say that? And if I'm wrong, just correct me. I'm wrong.
I'm gonna say it again. Is it safe to say that we don't have love for each other in the community?
Yeah, at time.
Hell,
It's just a
hell yeah.
moment. It seems like it's just a moment. It's like a movement. It's like a moment just hit us, and that's it. And it's not substantial. Is it safe to say that?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. This shit that we're trying to spark something, brother Doc. We trying to do something that we haven't seen it in abundance. I haven't seen it in abundance. When I was in the Nation of Islam, you know, it invigorated the spirit of sacrifice to try to love my people beyond them even loving themselves or even loving me back. But it's only so much of that that can be sustained. You real special, man, when you um can love without that kind of reciprocation, like without it being reciprocated to you. Love is an energy that needs to be transferred back and forth in order for it to be sustainable. You run out. So this is why people go to God. We was taught to go to Allah to reinvigorate, go to the source of where that's coming from so that you can last longer than the hate that's hating themselves or hating you. So we got all of these practices and ways that we have to try to sustain ourselves so we can continue to be a part of the solution. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I try to do. That's why I continue, my prayer. I don't do what I'm supposed to do, but I want to get on the track where I am going to the source of all of this, man, and asking for that type of sustainability where you can keep on going. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the great ones, well, no, the great ones kind of share what it is that they do to continue. And usually most of the great ones had some type of prayer and stuff going on, man. And um, ways that they sustain themselves, activities that they were a part of that to help sustain, of to help them maintain a focus of how to continue to love the community, even though people hating them. Because man, if your heart not right, dude, imagine having 100,000 men with you, or 100 that will do what you want at will, and then you hear a lot of hate coming towards you, like Minister Farrakhan, a lot of hate coming towards you. if his heart wasn't right, man, he would wield the strength of brothers to hurt people, man. So you gotta have something in you not to flex back out on the community that's really been hurting you and calling you names and telling you you ain't no good or your organization ain't about shit. You got to be built up with something on the inside so that you don't use the power that you have to start hurting the community. And what I'm starting to see, a lot of us don't have that, man. It's difficult. It's a difficult thing. I get mad myself.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's hard sustaining love, self-love, man. I get mad with myself, or sometimes, all that self-hatred shit ain't gone
hmm
for me.
hmm
And all you gotta do is run into another brother or sister in the community that's hating themselves, man, and y'all shit. You'll start right back on the path of what you some of what you used to do, or you'll find a path where you don't care about nobody.
hmm Yeah, I bring this up, bro, because this been like bothering me for a long time, you know. And it's not like we don't have examples in the past, you know.
Fact,
And then
fact.
at the same time, and then when we have examples in the past, we always want to criticize. Oh, you got to understand that's 45, 50 years ago. But that's an example that we need to follow to be on this code. So we could be right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And so our
yeah,
kids will understand that there is a responsibility how you act how you act on public, the way how things is, especially of us as a people. And I was watching on, I think it was somebody on a YouTube channel. It was this guy, it was this white cop has grabbed this 12-year-old brother, young. He wasn't doing that. He said, "Let me go. I know my rights and everything."
right,
And it was people was walking around. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say this time they didn't walk around. They was like, "Let him go, let him go." But there was some people saying like, "Hey, you need to do something." I said, "But I said, y'all gotta know the situation." It goes to show that how sometimes how weak our leadership is. And so there was this. Well, I don't know his aunt or whatever said, "Let him go," and that's when you see the cameras going this and that and everything. But I feel that's why I take walks, where I live at, and I told the kids, do you have identification? Are you nearby parents? You know what I'm saying? Or you need a body that the male figure or woman figure, grown up around. You know what I'm saying? Because these cops at times be circled around, and this wasn't a month, so they got to make their quotas and stuff like that. I said, "Do you have identification on you? Are you nearby the house? When you go to the store, are you walking the groups and come back? When you walk back?"
right,
When you are you or do you have to? I mean, is your cell phone is charged up? So in case you go, they harass you, or you go back to the store and call them up, "Mom and Dad, you need to come get me because such and such and such." We gotta have we gotta talk about stuff like that, brother. We gotta learn how to adopt with the times, and that's what our problem right now. We don't know. We don't want to adopt with the times. Listen. I'm 52 years old. Sometimes
mm-hmm.
I want to get me going. I ain't gonna lie to people, sometimes I had to taste some beer. So I might want to go walk 7-Eleven. But it gets so
Right,
crucial
right,
right now, I don't even want to go out. No, I'm not going. I go to take out the garbage. When I take out the garbage, brother, and I told anybody, brothers and sisters, if you take out the garbage or if you meet somebody outside, have some identification on you, please. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you the story. And y'all the first one that y'all hearing this. Around my birthday, it's like I think a week before my birthday. My birthday was June 4th. It was the last week of May. I went to took out the garbage. These two police cars had pulled up and said, "Hey, what is you doing?" "Well, I'm taking out the garbage. I'm checking my mail." "You sure that's your key?" Now I could have went off. I said, "Look, officer, Okay, we just checking. Now, picture if I would not have my identification, they would have been wrong to take me because hey, I'm over my box. That this
Right.
should be mine. That's what I told brothers and sisters. I don't care if you're outside your door, have some identification on you. Don't be saying this, like, especially if you own a house. Oh, I don't care what's it. They cannot cross it. You have to understand the laws that is going by in this system. It doesn't mean that it applied to us. The end of the day, we want to stay alive to keep on fighting. We have to think and stop sometimes have this renegade attitude. Don't believe me, I'm a warrior. I'm a straight up warrior. Ain't no doubts about that. But at the same time, I have to think of these times. We deal with wicked people that's in offices that in law enforcement that do not have respect for our community, and we have to understand that. Even we have some people in our community that work for them that they ain't worth shit either,
Right.
and that is another dynamic that we need to talk about. So have identification. Train your kids to have identification, and I'm talking about legit identification. If they're going to play outside, let them play outside front of everything. And they probably get, but I want to be, no, no, no. You going to stay right here. Now, if your friend want to come in, they come right here. And then parents, if you know that the child's getting kind of late, walk that child home to their house. Make sure they also have identification. Make sure you be in groups. Brothers and sisters, I know you'll want to go hang out and everything. That's well and good. Learn to travel in groups. If it's get late, Uber up, light up. If there's a designated driver, do that. Again, we got to stop having these phony renegade mindset. We got to have constructive mindset because it's getting crazy out here. You can go in the house and they go, "Oh yeah, you did something," and they say, "Well, I ain't do nothing." And then you ask them, "Can I at least take my key out?" And then let me explain something to you. What I do when I come home or whatever I do, a half a block away or a few feet away, I actually take out my keys and the key that I'm going to put in my front door. Make sure that the cops see that. Because at that moment, it's protecting me.
Right.
You gotta think of stuff like that. Now where I'm at, it's quiet, it's okay, but at times it gets dark, so I'm not taking no chances. Oh, yes, I do. Sometimes I get off the bus and everything. I make sure I put my keys sometimes in my pants pocket, sometimes I put it in my jacket pocket. And then if I had like 3 or 4 bags, my brother got, I carry it in one hand, and then I have my keys in my hand. And as soon as I get like few feet, like I said, a few feet from my house, I make sure the key that I'm gonna put in the door, I make sure I let them see it. So in case.
Yeah, no, that's real, man.
You gotta think of stuff, family. I'm telling you, you gotta think of stuff like that. It doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, they taking over. No, it's all about survival. You want to survive to the next day to fight.
No, that's real. It's real. Like we gotta consider all things. This ain't no situation, man, where this walk, this thing of ours, man, as black folks in the society that seemingly um and factually, let me not even play with that. Is set and poised against us in many, many ways. And it's tough, man, to continuously think about all of this safeguarding that we got to do every single day. This jump is not for the weak, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've been surviving this long, it's nothing about you that's weak. The whole thing is just staying focused. We gotta recognize, man, that we are living in a time where we dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing is just staying focused. We gotta recognize, man, that we are in a living in a time where we dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing is just staying focused. We gotta recognize, man, that we are in a living in a time where we dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing is just staying focused. We gotta recognize, man, that we are in a living in a time where we dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing is just staying focused. We gotta recognize, man, that we are in a living in a time where we dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing is just staying focused. We gotta recognize, man, that we are in a living in a time where we dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing is just staying focused. We gotta recognize, man, that we are in a living in a time where we dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing is just staying focused. We gotta recognize, man, that we are in a living in a time where we dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the whole th a change in worlds where one ruling party has reached its pinnacle. I'm talking about white folks, has reached the pinnacles of its success and now on a decline to a point where it recognizes its decline and will fight. Now it's just totally turned to fighting. It's no longer where it's just inventing and sustaining itself through some type of smarts. Now it is chosen that well fuck it, we'll just kill to stay here then. We'll do pop manipulation. We'll just kill to stay here. And they're gonna turn on, I guess, what they think is the greatest threat, man. And I think, like Dr. Francis Cress Wilson said, fear of genetic annihilation, I believe is real, dude. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
reason would you have to keep your foot on the neck of a community that don't have nothing? You know what I'm saying? Like the foot is on the neck. The world is tough, dude. You know, and I know we get tired of fighting. I know sometimes, like a lot of us don't like to deal with race no more. It's because people battle fatigue, man. They tired. Sometimes they just want to go home and rest and shit, and wake up tomorrow. Hopefully the shit is gone, but that's just not how I see it right now. We got some shit that we need to stay on point for. So how in the army or uh, any marine, any in the military, where soldiers take rest while you stand guard while I rest. We got to kind of develop that. So we got some soldiers that might be at rest for the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to stand guard. We the watchmen in this hour. Anybody that's I guess conscious of a war going on. We kind of the watchmen, so we gotta stand guard while unfortunately some of the sheep are still asleep. But
Mm-hmm.
but it's an
Yeah.
on forward march.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't easy, fam. That's why I try to give you something different. Not to lull you to sleep. I don't want nobody to go to sleep on what's going on out here. But I want to give you something so that you can feel that your life has some normal paradigms to focus on too. It's some joy and happiness you want to give to your children too, along with the war planning.
Mm-hmm.
So don't those who watch me don't demonize me. I'm like really aware. I get what's going on, but I'm trying to supply a balance so that we don't drive ourselves crazy with what is some crazy shit. This is it's literally crazy right now. You just turn, if you don't believe me, turn the goddamn news on real quick. Turn YouTube, keep YouTube on and flick through some channels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't cut you off.
Mm-mm.
Um. Brother Rob, I see you the link. Sonny, I'm gonna see you the link. Come on. Poetic Cows. Let me know you see the link too. And it just for me, brother Gab, that we going backwards, and and one thing I want to talk about, brothers and sisters, is this though too. I'm gonna get you on real Aaron Con because you've been patient. I'm gonna get you on too. So watch out for your link, brother. Um, I think the thing is that us brothers, we got to take the initiative too, and I think sisters, you got to follow suit. And I know there's gonna be some sisters you like to go out as girlfriend. I understand you want to go hang out in the clubs and stuff, but you have to understand there are evil people out there. I know things do happen and stuff, but sometimes get some liquor, do the girl thing in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers
Mm-hmm.
too. Do the
Mm-hmm.
brother thing in the house. If it gets critical, you to take on somebody have to be a designated driver, or if
Yeah.
it's too
Yeah.
late, stay there, sleep it off, and see her and live and see her survive the next day.
Facts. No,
You
facts,
know what
bro.
I mean? And,
Yeah,
and, I,
that
and I'm not saying the brothers ain't doing it, because brothers are doing it, but they not going to talk about it. But at the same time, sisters, you got to do the same thing too. You got to do the same thing too. Your husband hanging out with the boys, sometimes they got to go there on the way and stuff like that. Instead of you go out and get them, you might have to like you Uber your husband home, Uber your boyfriend home. You got to do that.
facts.
You got to do that, because if they go there, you go pick them up. I'm not saying that. Oh, they ain't gonna happen to me. Oh, yes, it is. Sisters be there. Oh, it ain't gonna happen to me. Oh, yes, it is. They happen to
Shit,
his sisters too.
you
So,
better believe it.
y'all, some of your sisters, y'all got to get that mindset off now. You know, make sure your man get home, and make sure you look out the window. Make sure matter of fact, make sure his cell phone is charged up, and so you could talk to him. Have a little conversation. So when he can come outside, you be happy, and vice versa too. Gotta do that. We we
That's
we
fact.
we not acting swiftly of safety in the public. And I gotta bring that up, brother. We not. It goes for me too.
Yeah, yeah. Ain't nobody safe from what's out here, man. Not once. I don't care how many weights and shit you lifting. I don't even care if you toting a pistol on a regular. I don't care what you doing that where you think you got it all, because it now it's just a battle of wills. Everybody that's got a pistol, they not trying to shoot nobody, man.
Mm-hmm.
That John is that's the very very last thing they want to do. But it's brothers and sisters out here willing to do you in way quicker than what you thinking.
Right.
And so you can have the pistol on your hip. I don't care if you got a gun, toting state and all that, man. All that nobody wants this wild west shit to really be the order of the day. We trying to figure out something that is more civilized in nature. And what I'm watching, what I'm witnessing, is that the world is trying to will this place into something that is not that. It's trying to stress you out and give you some type of goddamn heart failure, man, or some other sicknesses that is bringing your immune system down. All of this battling and lack of love right in your own community. Like when you got steel bars around your house because you scared of your own community, because it's necessary. We felt we got to a place where steel bars is necessary, in many of our communities. And that became a way of life, but that's not good for your spirit. You want to be in a place like when you was young, you go down south, motherfucker, you leave the door open all night. We used to sleep with the door open because
Right.
cousin so and so might come through. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was. And that was peace. You know what I'm saying? And so you trying to find a place like that again, man, where you not as worried about the kind of shit that's going on right now on the day to day. And so while we can't go to
Man, when
sleep,
you're not as worried about.
oh yeah, but the whole thing is I'm gonna say to the fam, don't go to sleep. Find ways to get your rest. And you got to take the precaution, like Brother Douglas was talking about, man. Like when you going out to drink and have a little fun and get your little load off, gird yourself up, man, in the safest way possible. Take somebody with you that ain't driving, that ain't doing it with you, man, so that you don't kill somebody else or yourself, man. It's things you need to do to protect yourself. It's about being responsible. That's being responsible for yourself and the community until we can get through this. I don't believe that this is going to be a forever thing, but we are in a very dark period.
Okay. Before I get to you, brother Rob, welcome, Real Aaron Collins and Sonny Boss Talk. I'm getting you on, bro. Watch out for the link. Go ahead, go ahead. Welcome. Salute to you, we're Aaron Collins.
What's up, JT, and
What's
the
good?
other brothers on the panel, everyone in the chat? Glad to be on board, man. I don't know what it is you all was talking about filling in, so maybe
We
I could.
talking about safety. We talking about safety. We talking about safety in the public. How do we supposed to react? How certain safeties we need to take to minimize this negativity of this oppressed world. That's what me and Gab was talking about.
Okay. Oh, what's up, Gab Talk? Okay, my brother didn't recognize your avatar. All right. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's very important. We must learn to be
Peace,
safe,
peace.
and like Gab was just saying, and I agree with him 100%. Yeah, you should take somebody with you because there's some of us among us that do like to turn up, and there's nothing wrong with having fun, but some of us don't know how to handle ourselves when we do. Me myself, I don't drink or smoke, but it's people who do drink or smoke, and some of them don't know how to handle themselves when they do, and they get a little bit out of control. They get a little bit, they get a little bit, touched, and anything that they get involved with, they could set it off at any given moment. So yeah, safety is important, especially in this system that we live in, known as white supremacy. They would just love to use any and every kind of moment that they can catch us off guard, catch us slipping. And I'm not going to even just blame it on white supremacy. It's a whole lot of us that's up to no good too, that
Right.
want to catch us off the just off guard. So yeah, the most important thing is to be, I mean, to be aware. Now I read the Bible. I've told you before. I'm what you would call a born again Christian, and there is a scripture that says to be sober, be vigilant, for your adversary, the devil, seeks about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. What it's meaning is that it's telling you, it's right there. You got to be sober, be of right mind, be alert, be focused. Not saying be paranoid, but have your head on a swivel. Just look around, know what's out there, know who's out there, know what's up, and be
Facts.
wise about it, so you can make it home. I mean, even the military and law enforcement say the important thing is to make it back home.
Yeah, exactly. That's an excellent point. Welcome, Sunny Boxing Talk. Brother Rob.
Peace to all the brethren on the panel, and peace to the queen now joining us, and everybody out there.
Peace,
Uh,
bro, Rob.
Peace, brother. I'm uh I'm with Gab on this one. You know what I'm saying? Um, the point he had made earlier with you gotta when your well run dry. You know what I'm saying? When you done ran out of patience for our people, what compels you to continue? You know what I'm saying? What compels you? Man, to me, you know what I'm saying, our secret ingredient, you know what I'm saying? And it might be cliche-ish, you know what I'm saying, but it's true, man. We gotta love each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what we really gotta do.
Mhm.
Man, um, I had I'm just having a couple of rough days here, you know what I'm saying? And so it's heavy, bro. You know what I'm saying? The work that I do and family issues and stuff like that is heavy. You know what I'm saying? But man, I just encourage everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to find something that you think about and that you visualize for our people that's bigger than our current circumstances. And you got to be willing to sacrifice. You know, um, discretion to come. If you willing to sacrifice and see a bigger picture for our people, your discretion, you're not gonna go out in public and get drunk and drink a whole fifth to the head and be talking crazy. You're not gonna do that because you know that would be detrimental to their vision. You see? So that's why I say, man, it essentially it start with our secret ingredient. You know what I'm saying? Love. I ain't talking about that type of love like butterflies in your stomach love. I'm talking about that I see you love. You know what I'm saying? I see you. Man, despite your flaws, I'ma continue. See what I'm saying? You like somebody because of, what they do. They got a good sense of humor and all of these types of things, right? But love is a despite type of thing. Despite your flaw, despite your this, despite your that, I'm still willing to contend with you. That's real love. You see what I mean? It's that despite thinking. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, yeah, we do get
Facts.
disgusted with the way some of our people parent their kids. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to consider, right, that maybe they wasn't taught. Maybe they grew up in a not functional family household, and your compassion got to be great enough to absorb them type of things to where your inferiority complex that you got within ain't touched, because that's what it really is. You know what I'm saying? We try to hide from those things that we feel uncomfortable with. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's what we try to do. Hey, and then be at home pointing our finger at the TV at 10 o'clock tonight, talking about ain't that a shame, knowing good and well you ain't took one step, you ain't made one sacrifice to try to help our people. In your heart of hearts, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
So you accept your powerlessness in this society. Like you, JT, I'ma keep fighting. I know it's heavy. I ain't did nothing to be going to jail, but I
Mm-hmm.
still feel that impact. When I gotta put money on that commissary, you see, when I gotta pay for that phone bill,
Mm-hmm.
you see, when I gotta go and buy them diapers, you see, all see, people don't look at the whole gambit of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
A mother up in age, you know what I'm saying? It's heavy. It's heavy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'll fall back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Honey, Sonny, hold that thought. Pour the cows. Pour the cows. Okay, Sonny Boston talk.
Peace, family. Check 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1
Peace,
2.
brother. Peace.
Peace. Yeah, real quick, man. I want to give a big shout out, a big shout out, and a big honors to everyone that is in the panel. Thanks for coming out, and everyone that's in the chat. Thanks for coming out. Thank you, my brother JT. Um, I think what we need to do is we need to have better unity as a people. Um, I don't advocate letting the police, you know what I mean, do whatever they want to do. Like a lot of times, the way they navigate is they navigate with the assumption that we don't know our laws, and I think that we should learn our laws and stand on our laws. You know, don't allow anyone to infringe on your rights. I watch a lot of videos of, well, I have in the past. I've watched a lot of videos of police officers slamming pregnant women, um, using force, which is too much. And a lot of times, I kind of picture myself in that predicament. Like if I'm in the car with a loved one, whether it be one of my children or my lady or my mother, and I would kind of envision myself and ask myself, what would I do if I seen a police officer unjustly slamming my mother to the ground or my child to the ground?
Mhm.
Um, I think our culture is one that like to shoot. We quick to pull out our camera and watch it, but don't try to intervene. Um, I'm one that will probably intervene, and I'll probably be honest with you, probably would lose my life that day. That's just me. Um, sometimes when you're in a battle, you're in a war to people. Sometimes it may come to that. But our problem is we're not together as a people. We're not together. We don't
Mhm.
go out and do community watch and stick together as a people. We don't do that. So like as far as safety, that goes into our safety. Like we our neighbor and people in our neighborhood, they don't know us. We walk in other neighborhoods. We liable to get robbed. You know, some of us scared to carry a firearm to protect themselves. We just need to change the way that we think, man. That's just my opinion about it. That's just my opinion about it. Like if I seen a police officer, even if it wasn't my child, if they were slamming somebody else's child, I may try to intervene
Mhm.
in some form or fashion. But we need to do better. We need to come together as a people. We need to come together as brothers and sisters and try to create something. You know, Also, when a police officer pulls you over, know your laws. You know what I mean? If you one that carries, you're driving somewhere and a police officer pulls you over, make sure before you get in that car that you have all your papers in order. You know what I mean? Have your papers ready. When they pull you up, when they pull you over, keep both hands on the steering wheel,
Mhm.
look them in their eye, and speak with an intelligent tone.
Mhm.
Try to keep your vehicles clean.
Mhm.
If you keep your vehicles clean, it's hard for them because they can like shine a light in your car and you can see a little pebble on the ground. You know how like some of us we be wearing work shoes or whatever, but like mats be like got all these pebbles and rocks. Sometimes they can take the light and shine it inside your car and see a little white pebble and be like, oh, I see crack right there. Now they got laws that now they got grounds to search your vehicle. So like be organized, keep your car cleaned. Every
Mhm.
now and then do a vehicle check, check your lights.
Mhm.
Check your all your lights. Do a thorough vehicle check on your vehicle so that you know that when you're driving, you won't get pulled over for that. Watch your speed. A lot of us we live in a microwave society. We so quick. If we would get up early enough, make sure that we're on time so we don't have to speed. Don't give yourself a chance to have any interaction with the police at all. But if you do, just have your papers ready. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Notify the officer that you are licensed to carry and that you have your firearm on you. And be real, be very respectful, but absolutely not. Do not let anyone infringe upon your rights.
Mhm.
With that, you have to know your laws in your respective state.
Yeah.
So sometimes we leave out the house and we're not thinking strategically at all. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to have if you carry keys, carry a little light that's on your keychain, so you can shine a light. You can get your key in quickly.
Mhm.
It's little things that you can do to speed up the process of your safety,
Mhm.
but you have to be kind of militant about it. You know, that's my thought, and I'll pass the mic.
Okay. Cool. And then go more on that point too. And I think that especially us as a people, when we do carpool, we gotta make sure. And I know people gonna be get angry on is when I get ready to say. Sometimes you gotta check their backs. Do you have drugs in here? If you had any medicine, is it subscribed? Do you have any substance in there? Do you have anything that beer or anything liquor that is not all the way closed? Because some of our people we be acting crazy. Because listen, once upon a time, I ain't lying. My true story. I left from my mother's father's house. I went to the liquor store. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, I got me some Henny and I got some orange juice. So I figure it's all right, it's safe. I could take the train or bus home, but I said I had a little food right there. So I got me a little sippy sip. Got my little plastic cup. Got me a little juicy juice. Got me a little Henny. Hey, brother Phil, brother Phil, all right. So I got me a little sippy sip until these guys pull up. And you can't do that. And I said, yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, they were so cool about it. They said, look, you had a hard day. Can't do that. I said, I understand. So you know what I did? He said, matter of fact, no, don't pour it out. You can drink it up. He said, drink it up, tighten it for me, and it be good. And it was so funny. I did that. It was some young kids got on drinking beer and all like that. And then they said, man, I don't give a damn. Hey, I understand, y'all want to hang out. Hey, we younger too, Can't do that on the bus. I have to tell you everything. They looking, well, this young man right here, he had liquor. We told him to close it up, and he closed it up. Man, I don't have to do nothing, man. I don't have to. Don't tell me what not to do. I know my rights. Now they already caught him. He was down on the old go in his mouth. They see he down on the bottom. He said, yeah, how old are you? Because, back to New York, if you're a minor, they can't really do nothing to you. But, he's the dummy. So, he said, yeah, I just turned 18. You turned 18. Okay. Let's see. So they have to stop the bus. He stopped the bus and everything. Come to find out he had one warrant. Oh, you got a death warrant that you're supposed to go in. So you're trying to skip on the system. And I looked, and the friend's like, man, you didn't know you had. And then the one who drink the beer, he said, yo, you got the weed, right? Or you got the coke, right? I'm like, why did he say that? Why did he say that? So come to find out, they didn't know where they traveling with, and all of them end up getting arrested because they did not want to listen. And my point is this, that sometimes, family, you gotta listen. Sometimes you gotta listen to your instincts, family, because when you don't pay attention to it, you will be in trouble. And I pay attention to it. And I'll never forget, it was a hot night. I was thirsty. I had a taste for it, but I said, I could drink that when I get home. That's all. I'm sorry, officer. It's all right. Just down that. I understand. You had a hard day, down that. He said, now I tie it up. I had a napkin. I put it in the bag. He said, no, have to put you carry it on shoes, Joe. It's all right. He said, thank you so much. I said, thank you. I'm sorry. It's all right. It's all right, bro. I understand. But them knuckleheads didn't listen. But see, the problem, what happened, they did not stop him. They even mindful with the cops. And that's so it was a clean house. It was a nice that night for them. All I'm just trying to say, sometimes people, you gotta be around people that's like minded. You got to be around people that you have each other back, not stab each other, not stab each other in the back, but to look out for each other. And that is really, really missing in our community. And I'm gonna throw it back at Gab. I want Gab to go get at it. Uh, the real Aaron Collins, Sonny. Matter of fact, Kels, what you think we talked about so far?
Hi, sorry, I was having some technical difficulties, but I'm here. Hi,
Mhm.
JT.
How you
Hi,
doing,
the
sis?
real Aaron. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Malik. Hi,
Hey,
Gab.
sis.
Hi, Bro
Hey, cool,
Rob.
cool.
How's everybody doing?
I'm all right. How you doing, Poetic?
Peaceful.
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
So, what you think about what we talking about so far, sis? The safety.
Safety as far as getting pulled over?
Yeah, well, what we talk about?
Well, safety is first.
Mm-hmm.
As far as being pulled over, I just say pull over, be quiet, throw your keys out the window, don't breathe, look forward, and put your hands on the steering wheel. I'm kidding, but when they come up to you, don't volunteer information, answer the questions directly, be calm, and everything should probably run smoothly if you're not driving dirty.
Now, let me ask you a
Hopefully.
question,
Okay.
Poetic Girls, and it goes for the rest of the panel. How about you took a friend? You know this friend for a minute. You know, all them times, friend ain't have nothing. It could be man or woman, and you smell you smell some substance on it. Your nose start getting a little twitchy. You know what I'm saying? And you ask that person, they go for man or woman. Man or woman, you driving it. Look, whatever it is, you let me know. Do you got something in there? Because some don't smell right in here. Now, what will you do
Right.
when you know that person have that substance? What will you do at
What
that
do
time?
I do?
Yes.
I will probably tell that person to roll down the window, probably toss it out the window. um, I wouldn't know what to do in that situation. I mean, it would be nice if I get a heads up if that person, whoever that may be, have any substance on them. But if it's like drinks, no drinks, when if I'm the driver and somebody tries to get in my car with a drink, it can't be no open container.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to check their pockets to see if they have any substance. But if I smell it, I would probably tell them, is there any way that you could kind of wrap it up,
Mm-hmm.
dispose it, roll the window down so it can't be smelled. I mean, that's what I will do.
Mm-hmm. Now, okay. Brother Rob, same question.
Yo, that ain't really your friend. If they know they riding dirty, and they ain't gonna have no substance that you can smell. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to smell it. You know, unless you got like canine nose or something. You know what I mean? That'll get you. Book. They ain't your friend, fam. Anybody that hop in your whip and they know they dirty and they called you and
Mm-hmm.
didn't tell you what it was before you got there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I mean, I ain't trying to act like I'm no tough guy or nothing, but man, I show up at your tip and you about to get my car dirty. We get pulled over, man. You better take the full weight of that, Joe. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it
I
is.
I
Yeah,
agree with that, but I had a situation like that. I wouldn't say that they had substance on them, but I could smell it. maybe they just got through smoking, but you could kind of smell it on them when they get into the car. So,
I mean,
in that
y'all,
type of
y'all
situation,
just, y'all just, my fault sis. Y'all just a little
no,
more
no, no.
uh reserved than me. You know what I'm saying? I live in Chicago. I can't afford to ride dirty. You know what I'm saying? I work at a school.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that know me. You know what I'm saying? Know me, know that. You know what I mean? I'm what I'm saying. And for you to call me and you know you dirty G before I pull up and you don't let me know what it is before I get there, man, that might mess around and be a fight right there on the spot. I mean, like, man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we men, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure Queen wouldn't call me on no dummy like that. But that's the dummy move, Joe. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
sometimes they
they
don't think
got
of it
enough.
like that.
They got enough. We
They don't
talk
think of
about
it like
feet.
that.
My fault, sis. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. No, like they don't think of it like that. They're not gonna call you and say, "Listen, I'm dirty, but I still need a ride." You know what I mean? They're not thinking of it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
dealing with me. They gonna have to think about it, or like it gonna be some consequences if I
I
get in
hear
trouble.
that.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I mean, that's just what it is with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
Facts.
about everybody else, but I mean, with me, Joe, uh, everybody know I'm trying to keep my nose clean. It ain't an image thing. It's a moral and ethic thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know how I carry myself, and don't call me on no dummy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do, that man, we got a respect problem. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? I don't have no
Facts.
problem with telling people where I stand. You know what I mean? And if you can't get with it, and then don't
Hello.
Hello.
name calling and all of that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm a whole man right here. And if that's me, you know what I'm saying? Hey Joe, look, I got a little extra something for you. If I'm putting myself in that shoes, in the other person's shoes, I'm about to let you know the whole demo. Look, Joe, I need a ride, woo woo woo. And like man, Joe, I'm gonna be dirty for a second, but I got a little something for you. You know what I'm saying? Sweeten your
Yeah.
Right.
dude I am, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Right. I've been in scenarios like that, and usually, man, people in the neighborhood know who each other are, and they know who don't mind riding. Yeah. They know who don't mind riding dirty like that, and who do, and they know who they can just play for a sucker like that. So when you reach manhood, man, you everybody knows not to do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you ride with people, knew I had a situation where I was riding with a dude, man, and he told me late, we was going somewhere. He told me late, oh yeah, man, I forgot to tell you I got John out of the seat. So, like, and I'm like, nah, dude, like we can't do that. So we got to the destination was less than 5 minutes away. And me and him had some words about that, man, because you just risked my life in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and like I say, we was in DC, man. Anything can pop off at any time, just like in most inner cities. And you don't set me up to do that. Now we didn't know each other as well. We met each other later on in life, but I had to make it stern and make it understood. So I didn't ride back with him. I rolled back to my car with somebody else. And so that's how that had to go. But like from that point on, he understood. Like, nah, you don't just pull no surprise on me like that, talking about, oh yeah, this is what it is. Because you risking people's lives with that. So yeah, nah, you don't. I'm not going for it. You can't, like, I'm not going with nobody smelling like no nothing. I'm not. We just not gonna ride like that, man. It's standards that everybody should set for themselves so that you not sitting. The worst thing in the world, man, is to be sitting up in jail because of somebody else, your partner dead, or somebody that you thought was your partner dead, and they didn't put you on and let you know what was going on. And if that's your lifestyle, man, hey, that's what it is. That's what you signed up for. If that's what y'all do, and y'all riding with each other, that's what you do. But too many times you ride with somebody under the guise of friendship, saying we gonna be all right, and you get pulled over. And you smelt it, and you know that's what they do, but you didn't ask the question so that you can make it clear to them that look here, I'm not down for the bullshit with you. You follow what I'm saying? So that's something that you want to get clear with your people, man, especially if they're your friends.
Right. Exactly. The real Aaron Collins, same question. What you would do?
Well, you know what? As somebody from Chicago, I was born and raised on the South Side, so I can pretty much relate to what Brother Rob was saying. I mean, I live in LA now, but the same rules apply. And it's not, there's a saying that goes by, what's that, guilty by association? And I take that seriously. And the same thing could be said, even though my partner might have whatever kind of controlled substance or any kind of paraphernalia on him, on his person, they're gonna take us all down. And in this, once again, in this unfair justice system, they all think we the same anyway. So it don't matter to them who they take down, as long as they take down in their eyesight, we just taking another nigga down with us. So it's all gravy. But when it comes to something like that, I agree with everyone on the panel, with Gab, with Sonny's boxing, Brother Rob, Poetic Kells. Yeah, it's true. You should, your people, if they really care for you that much, JT, like you said, if they really your boy, they really your girl, they wouldn't put you in a situation like that. Because see, in between living in both LA and Chicago, I've also lived in Texas for a little bit. And I used to hustle myself, and I've even transported a few things myself, so I know what it would be like to I mean, of course, obviously I don't do it no more, but I know what it's like to I know what it would feel like for you to be with a person like that, and they got something on that with them, and especially if you work for a school, or if you work for someone prestigious or something like that, people know who you are. Now, it's good to not be associated with those types of people because your reputation is on the line. I'm not saying that you should live for a rep, but that's how brothers used to live back in the day. They lived on their rep, right? Like in the movie, what Malcolm X was saying, you live by your rep. That's really based on
Oh,
how
you
people.
talking about Crooklyn?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That people used to live by their rep like that. So you don't want to ruin someone's reputation. So that's
No, no,
my
you're right. You're right, Malcolm X. You're right. It's Malcolm X, right?
Yeah, that's my take on that situation right there. I hope I answered the question. I know I was kind of
Yeah,
dancing around it.
yeah. You certainly did. Yeah. Sonny.
Indeed, indeed. That's a really good, really good question, JT. Um, I've been in situations like that also. Um, I guess for me, like certain people that I pick up, I might have an idea that something like that could happen. You know what I'm saying? But the people that I give rides to, they already know off jump that if something happened, we would get pulled over. It's all you. You know what I mean? That's your choice, but you already know it's all you. And ain't no stashing it under the seat. You know what I mean? Putting it in the glove compartment. Ain't none of that. Like it's all you. Like you wear that. You know what I mean? Put it on. You wear it. You know what I mean? So I'll tell you about the last situation that happened. I picked one of my brothers up, and At the time, I didn't know because we came from outside where it was kind of windy. But once we got in the car and the windows was rolled up, I'm like, how you smell it. I'm like, yo,
Mhm.
you kind of strong right now, brother. You kind of real strong right now. And like, he like, yeah, man. So he pulls it out, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay. So
Sonny, so I didn't
my
mean to cut you off. Now, when you talk, he smells, so I want people to. He probably think that his body is what he probably talking about his body smell, but we talking about some weed. I just want to.
Yeah, we talking about them trees, man. Them trees.
It's the reason they call it loud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's exactly
Right,
what I
because it's
said to him.
mad loud. It's
That's
mad
exactly what I
loud.
said to him. I said, yo, you loud right now, yo. He was like, yeah. So he pulled it out and he showed it to me. I was like, yeah, okay. But my thing was, um, he didn't have it wrapped properly. He wasn't doing it in a smart way. Like, cause I'm not one to tell people not to smoke trees. Cause we got it in certain states it's legal to do so. So what people do in their own time, that's their business. Um, but I do know the guy that I picked up. I used to be kind of out there,
Mhm.
so we would ride dirty together sometimes. But I don't roll like that anymore. So what I had to tell him was, I was like, make sure next time that you wrap it in a way that I don't smell it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, wrap it in a way that I don't smell it. That way, if we get pulled over, no, nothing to happen to you because I know I'm gonna be straight. I don't have nothing in my car. Everything I have is legal. So like, we already know if we get pulled over and they smell something they want to search, that's all on you. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be want to be like, yo, I can't give you a ride right now. Like, what I mean? That's my homeboy. It's kind of like we done some of the same things together. So my thing, I told him, I was like, look, make sure you wrap it up better than that, yo. Because I hate for something to happen, but I don't have much interaction with the police myself because um, I have a CDL license, and ones with the CDL license, they tend to drive legally, like um, speed limit wise. So I drive the speed limit. If I drive over the speed limit, I'm on the highway and I'm going with the flow of traffic. And that's usually if I'm going from another state to another state trying to visit somebody. But normally I'm driving the speed limit because we are gonna get there. You know what I mean? If you're driving, if the speed limit is 65 and you're going 75, you're just gonna get there about 5 minutes before me anyway. So it doesn't make sense to speed. But like, I wouldn't kick the brother out. You know what I mean? I just be like, yo, next time, and that's with the knowledge of, because I don't roll with people I don't know, that people that I think that is gonna stuff it under my seat and give it to me and be like, yo, that's not mine. No, he gonna take all of it. He gonna be like, yo, that's my bad. It's mine. And I'm gonna be driving home. It was inconvenience. Like, I got pulled over, got stopped for a little bit, but I'm gonna be going home, and he gonna be in the back. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna go about my merry way. But um, also, I would say that we as a people, we need to learn to teach people how to treat us. Teach them what, there's certain lines you can't cross. We can't assume that everybody know.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because some brothers will, you know how like with a brotherhood, there's a rule that like if I had somebody that I used to mess with and we broke up, my homeboys ain't gonna talk to her. At least not without they at least ask first. You know what I mean? That's like an unwritten rule. But nowadays you gotta talk to people about it because some people don't follow the same rules or follow the same codes. So I wouldn't tell them to throw it out. I just be like, at that point, I know what time it is, so I know how to drive like that. So I'm gonna roll down the windows. There's certain things that you can do to mask the smell. So I'm right there at that point. But because I know at the end of the day, I'm not riding dirty. So if we get pulled over, that's gonna be all on him. Like I didn't know he had nothing. So with that, I pass that mic.
Well, I know for me, I've been in incidents that one time I almost got arrested. That's why I was a teenager. But it was one time it was just one of the partners I know that we grew up together. Actually, his friend that we went to high school with. And I said, "Yo, Les, man, what, man? Y'all smelling that shit, man? What do you mean? Y'all smell some coke, man?" He said, "What?" I said, "Yo, pull this shit over on this vacant parking lot and check that fool, man." "What do you mean, man? Yo, man, nah, check that shit. Yo, you just got that car 2 days ago. Come on, what? Be smart about it." He said, "All right, what's what we going to do?" So it was like some other people that we know for a long time. "Yeah, man, we smelling that shit, man. Yeah, man, pull that shit over, yo." So we checked it. Homie had 2 bags of cocaine underneath the car. But one of the bags had split. And it got some underneath this. Yo, now the piece back then, they would sell it. Okay, we gonna take this work, we gonna sell it. You walking your ass home. So the car wash was like 2 blocks down. So what happened, where we was at, it was the street that when you catch all those lights, it's sweet. He said, "Yo, every dude," he said, "Yo, I gotta hit these 3 lights. Yo, you hit these 3 lights, man, that's it." So what happened was we got out. The other guy, he left, he don't care for he got out. He said, "What I'm gonna tell you, man? Tell him what's up, yo, you." My man, let's hit them 3 like, you talking about clean that shit out. Man, if he took that shit through car wash 2 times. Now, the guy, I don't know what happened to him. We ain't nothing from him. That was one. There was another time I was on my way to a friend's house. So I smell like some yo, man, yeah. I said, "Yo, man, pull me on the side, man, drop me off, man." "Nah, man, yo, put me off, man. I ain't trying to get caught up in it. World breaker fighting. Welcome, my brother. Thanks for coming. Shout out to LDBC. Put me out." He put me out. And I never forget when he put me out, that's when I went to the phone booth, because back at that time, we had phone booths. I went to the phone booth, called a cab. He said, "We be there 10 minutes, okay." And I got out, wait for the cab. And I never forget the cop said, "You did a smart thing, because the car that you was in, we was looking for that car." I kind of find out it was a stolen car. And I said, ever again that I ever going to put myself in that situation. I don't care who it is. I'm like this, yo, you smoking and stuff like that, And so that's very important. I'm glad that extra. Okay, another question, and I'm gonna throw it at you first, Poetic Cows. If you see a man or a woman and they
I'm
hold,
sorry.
all right, I'm
Wait, did you
sorry,
say my name?
Poetic Cows.
You said my name?
Yes, I did.
Oh, Okay.
I say your name, Poetic Counts. Yeah. I want
He
to
about
ask
to
you.
ask you a question, sis. He
Oh,
about
you
to
want to
ask you a
ask me a
question.
question?
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, and the question gonna go to also everybody at the panel. If you see a man or a woman in a public place, and if you see that there is a struggle because that kid is struggling to get away, man or woman struggling. I'm saying you see it struggling. He ain't say get off me, dad. She said get off me, mom, or get off me on or whatever. But you see there's a struggle and you peep it out. What will you do? And that goes for everybody else in the panel.
What will I do? That's a difficult question for me because I don't usually, number one, I don't like to call the police. And number two, I don't want to be an eyewitness. So if I see a struggle, I mean, I don't know, maybe I might go up the street and maybe tell somebody that there's somebody struggling down the street if you could be some assistance because I wouldn't know what to do in that situation because again, I don't call the police and I don't want to be an eyewitness.
Okay, but how about if it's happening right then and there, and you try to call police, but they're not coming fast enough? What will you do then?
Well, I'll probably yell, the police is coming soon. I mean, I don't know, JT. I mean, this could be like a couple fighting that always fight, or it could be somebody robbed somebody and they're fighting to get their stuff back. I mean, it could be numerous of situations going on with that. That's why I said I kind of mind my neck. I'm not an eyewitness and I don't call the police.
Okay, that's cool. All right. Um, Maria Aaron Collins, same question.
What would I do if I saw someone struggling? Well, piggybacking on what Poetic Kels just said, I understand what she's saying there because we dealing with the byproduct of this silly trend that they once had called stop snitching. And we already know that the relationship between the police and the black community is not exactly a rosy one. However, there is a way you could do things without being known. You can be anonymous. And best thing to say I can say is try to get as much information that you can remember and try to keep as much of it in your memory and try to watch it as much as you could. I mean, that's really a real tricky question to answer because it's a situation where you see something when it's going down, that adrenaline's pumping. You don't know what might happen. So, in order for you to be safe, but at the same time try to remedy the problem, best thing I can say is get as much information as you can and just try to remain anonymous. And when the police come, if they come, just let them do what they need to do, and just try to be vigilant.
Okay. Gab Talk Media, same question.
Yes, sir. Um, right now, when I assess the situation, I think like my code is the same as Kale's, but I'm uncomfortable with that now. I don't like that code no more because um I don't know how we gonna get better, man. If we don't create some new codes, like I don't know how we gonna protect our community if we don't create some new codes that can aid our people to more safety. Um, part of it, like, and depending on how heated the situation is when you up close and personal to it, my react like I've been in a reaction in a situation where a dude was, being rough with his girlfriend, man. And I just gave a little talk like the police was coming already. Like, brother, they calling the police. I'm trying to pep the brother up to see where his head was at, you know. And there's been more than one time. One brother that a situation was with was more receptive in his response to what I was saying. So he kind of looked over his shoulder and looked around and calmed down. But the whole thing was they still was getting in the car, man. I don't know where they was going. But another brother, man, was more, and his response was like, I don't give a fuck, you know, fuck out my face, nigga. So now it was like, I now what the fuck now do I invigorate myself into that? So now it's like, nah, bro, I'm just trying to warn, I'm just trying to tell you what was going on. So it was trying to scare him about the law, like trying to use that to scare him into shape, but he was more like he ain't care, so he still was roughing and shorty. But it actually was people calling, like other people that I could see that was like doing something. But it was for me, it was weak on like I would wish that I had come to a point one day, man, where we would respond a little stronger than that. But I'm sad to say I ain't really there yet because like what Kels was saying, man, it's people that fight all the time. I got people in my family, man, they boyfriends and shit was beating them up, man. You go and help them out, and they tell us don't even like they wouldn't even come home, wouldn't even leave the house with us and shit. They wanted to stay, and we couldn't even force. I'm talking about the my female cousin didn't even want to leave and shit after we risked our lives with the dude. You see what I'm saying? And she still did not want to leave. So like what part of the game and shit is that? But that's the crazy, it happens. And so sometimes when you're in the street, that's the kind of relationship it be, man. Like the woman is understanding of it and she accepts that. Like she's all right somehow, or just too scared to do something about it. But now you in the situation, man, of what to I'm sorry, y'all, of what to really do. And like I say, a part of me is shamed about, you know, not doing more. But I'm gonna listen to y'all, man, to see who gonna do what. Maybe in guns carrying states, maybe it's different, like where people actually toting it and you can actually warn somebody. Hey, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I wanted to go and just say something to what Gab was saying. I kind of he was talking about like especially if it's like a domestic type situation, it's a thin line between that too, because even the police even sometimes don't involve. That's a real gray area right there because especially if she's gonna go back to him anyway, then what was your purpose? Your entire effort was wasted because there's a lot of times in a situation where this man could be beating the hell out of this woman, but yet she'll still turn around and go back. Or if you try to intervene, she'll attack you, and you just trying to help her. So yeah, that could be a real touch and go kind of situation.
Facts, facts.
Yeah. Okay. Same question, Sonny Boss Talk and Brother Rob.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Well, first, let me break down the term snitch and what it really means, because a lot of people, I see a lot of people nowadays don't understand the beginning of the word, what it really means. So let's just say hypothetically, uh, let's just say me and JT. This is hypothetically. You know, we're not involved in anything. But let's just say that we like he's on one side of the water, and he's like a you know, he does this thing on the street, like he sells drugs or whatever. And I'm on the other side of the water, and I do the same thing. But we got beef with each other, right? We we in the streets, we will be considered as what's the word I'm looking for? We're we're
Rivals.
we're, we're non-civilians, which means we're already both living a legal life. So if he had one of my men killed or set up or something like that, then the code of the street says I'm not supposed to call the police and tell because we're both living illegal. Or let's use a better one. Like if me and him selling, but I set him up to get caught by the police, I would be then labeled as a snitch. That's the correct term. Like you're a snitch. When you look at John Gotti and Sammy Bull Davis, you know Sam the Bull was one of John Gotti's hitmen.
Yeah.
So to save some uh, to get off a lot of his charges, he went and told everything about John Gotti's business. That's a snitch. But if you got like a child that's in school that you know, he sees somebody bring a gun into school or he sees another student smack a teacher, for that child to go and tell the teacher, that's not snitching. Like you are civilians, like that's not snitching. That's you're doing something that's right. I know it's a lot of children nowadays. They don't want to tell certain things they seeing because they consider it to be snitching, which like a lot of people don't know where that term came from. But back to the question, um, for me, I may pull over or stop what I'm doing and start to record. You know, when you look at the police officers are public servants. We are allowed to record the police officers at any given time. We can go inside of a police facility. Anybody who's in public office, we are allowed to record because we pay them through our tax money. So as far as recording other people, you have to learn the laws in your respective states. Like here in Virginia, if I wanted to record the police interactions with someone else, I have to get that person's permission. Like, so I had to yell, "Yo, I want to record. Do I have your permission?" He'll say yay or nay, and then you can um, do what you feel from then. But you have to be a certain distance away, or else they'll try to get you with you know, tampering with or interfering with what they got going on. But you are allowed to record them. Now, first of all, if the person is down struggling, they're already breaking the law. That's called resisting arrest. So, like, if you see them resisting arrest, you don't know the whole story. You don't know what's going on. So, at that point, you know, we do have some police officers who are good, who are actually doing their job and doing what they're supposed to do. So, we don't know what the situation or circumstances is, but it's very good for us to try to keep police officers. Um, it's like it's that's almost like a officer audit, really, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, it's only a certain type of force that they're allowed to give. So, like, if you push a police officer, he's only allowed to respond with the same amount of force. So, if you push a police officer, he's going to try to like you assault a police officer. So now you're under arrest. So he's going to wrestle you to try to put them handcuffs on you. So, coming upon a scene like that, you're on the outside looking in. I would encourage people to try to pull over and record what's going on, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. But if you're there beforehand and you notice, again, you got to know your laws. You notice that the police officer is doing something from the start and from the very beginning that's illegal. It's up to you how you want to carry that situation. But for me, if it's a loved one, I'm gonna handle it totally different. But you can take that information, you can go live with it, and you can just pull it off the cloud for evidence, so that you don't have to use your phone. So if you do record it, make sure you're recording it to the cloud, because they can confiscate your phone and use that for evidence. So situations like that, and each one of us spare time, we should um, try to look up some of these laws, find out what police officers are allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. You know, so that would be what I would do. I would try to pull over and record it at a safe distance. Ask the person, do you mind me recording you? Because that's, in Virginia, I can record the police all day, but if there's someone else involved, I would have to ask them for permission first.
Mhm.
So I would do that and record it at a safe distance. And if the police approach me, I would respectfully tell them what I'm doing and let them know I'm at a safe distance. You are a public servant. I'm allowed to record you, um, and just leave it at that. And then just record at a safe distance. And if you see anything that you feel that is wrong distance, then you can go to that particular city police station and file a complaint. This is part of holding them accountable, because if, if you're working, you paying your tax money, you're paying the police. They are public servants. Like, they pretty much work for us. So with that, I pass that mic.
Okay. Did brother Rob dropped off too? God damn. Let me get them people. Let me get them out the way. Well, for me, what I would do, I would assess the what I would do. I would say, hey, that's your mother or father? What's your name? If it's their mother, father, okay, you let it go. But there are some people call up that excessive abuse too. So that could be tricky. But I would say that's mom and daddy. I would see how the little one look. He's scared, confused. Also, you see the man or woman how nervous they get. They mannerisms. You got pages and their mannerisms. That's what I do. But like you all said with everything, and it's true, you have to be very careful, you know? And I think that is very, very important. Joe, shout out to Gab Talk Media. Thanks for coming. I don't know about brother Rob drop off and everything, but brother Rob, you got the I seen you the link, so come back and everything. Teddy and Luffy, thanks for showing up. Very much appreciated. Welcome to the welcome. Another question that I want to ask is this: that when a person, you could do food shop, right? And oh, Candy Raymond, can you sub? Can you sub in the chat? You gotta use support back, or I got you. So I have to remove that. Cause they use sub, they taking, YouTube so much. But get back what I was saying. Now I'm saying now you do shopping, minding your business. Remember, the question I asked is all about safety. So you on the line, you knowing everything, you know what I'm saying? You start putting your stuff for, on the thing, so you can get up out this piece. And you see like 2 or 3 people just skip. Just skip. Now, you hot, you aggravated. Understand, I'm gonna throw this scenario with it too. You got kids with you, little kids with you. Now, I'm gonna throw it off at Queen Poetic Kells. What would you do in that situation? And then also the same question goes for the other brothers, please.
JT, can you repeat that question again for me?
Okay. You at a shop, you at a shopping center,
A shopping
right?
center?
Food shopping, right? You shopping everything. You probably got your niece and nephew with you. They live.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting your stuff for. And all of a sudden, 3 or 4 people in the group, they skip you without asking you anything. You aggravated, but you got the little ones with you. What would you do in that situation? And it goes for other brothers too.
Okay, so I was shopping and they skipped me.
Hmm?
I will grab my little ones. You said that we was out shopping and they skipped me?
Right, you're putting your stuff on the thing, so you pay for
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't play that. I'll leave it there and take my little ones and walk out and go somewhere else.
it.
It's like,
Okay,
okay, well, I guess I don't need to spend no money here, so let me go ahead and grab my little ones and we can go somewhere else.
okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sunny Boxing Talk, same question.
Yeah, that's a funny question, man. That's happened to me quite a few times. Quite a few times. I mean, I actually say something. You know what I mean? I actually say something like, "Yo, excuse me. Um, I'm in the line first, bro. Like, excuse me. The line's back here. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, that's what I do. Um, if I got the little ones with me, I'm doing the same thing. You know, again, you gotta teach people how to treat you. You don't let people just disrespect you any kind of way. I do it in a way that it's not disrespectful, but at the same time, I say it with authority. Like, yo, you just skipped me. Excuse me. And that's pretty much how I handle it. You know, and that shows, the child or whoever you with, how to really stand up for yourself. We got to stand up for ourselves. You know, that's just it. Like, yo, I mean, that's disrespectful. That's all the way disrespectful. Like, if I'm there and I'm just shopping, I'm tired. I'm tired just like you.
Mhm,
Like, you're not gonna just get in front of me because like you feel like you more tired than me. Nah, get in the back of the line. You know what I
mhm,
mean? And be respectful. That's just what it is.
mhm.
I pass the mic with that.
Okay, same question. The real Aaron Collins, brother. The real
What was the
Aaron
question?
Collins.
Yeah, I'm here. I forget what was the question again.
The question is, like after you finish doing food shopping, you get ready to putting your stuff on there so you could go. You got the little ones with you, your niece and nephew or your son. You got little ones with you, and you're putting your stuff on the thing, and you got about maybe 3 or 4 people in the group just skip you. What will you do?
And I got 3 or 4 people in the group just skipping me.
They skipped you. But check it out though. They didn't ask you or nothing. They just skip you, but you have the little ones with you. What will you do?
Well, yeah, that situation could go either way too. Sometimes maybe I agree with this situation. You gotta learn to pick your battles, and depending on the type of people it is, you might want to kind of just let it go, or if they just did it innocently, didn't realize what they were doing. Maybe you just step to them and be like, "Hey, the line is right here, and it starts back there," and then handle it like that. But just approach the situation. Just discern the situation, like you said, assess it, and see whether it's time to approach it or not. And it's not necessarily about letting someone walk over you. Sometimes it's good to be wise too. Sometimes it's good to let a situation leave a situation be, depending on the type of people there is in it. Because I know with men, a lot of times we get caught up in our ego and be like, man, I ain't no punk, I ain't no whole ass nigga, ain't no one gonna do me like that. But then, like you said, you got the little ones with you, just so you could be there for them. Maybe it's good to check your ego at the door and swallow your pride and just be like, okay, I'm gonna let these people do what they do because obviously they're probably already turned up or something. So don't continue to accelerate the situation for the sake of the little ones. And even if you didn't have little ones with you, it's probably good to still exercise that type of mindset. So I would say, the situation, handle it as it is, the way it presents itself to you.
Okay, that's what's up. Um, I said for me, last year I was ticked off anyway because something happened, but and I said let me do some food shopping and stuff like that. Cause I need some juices. I said I need some juice to the house, some sugar. Now it tastes of ice cream. So I got those things. So and I met three young ladies and a guy that scared. Oh, whoa, 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 why you scared me? If you were in a rush, you could ask me. Ain't gonna be no problem. You know what I mean? So you'll have to get in the back because I had a cab waiting for me. You know what I mean? He said, man, that man, you know what I mean? And this and that. And I like, what? So the girl said, come on, let's go. They don't have to be none of that. Well, now you need to talk to them because y'all trying to skip me, act like I ain't shit. So I'm gonna tell you how people was. So the people had backed me up. Nah, man, So the brother say, hey, look, brother, listen, man, you put your money in your pocket. I paid for this because you waiting for the cab. Nah, I'm not going. Nah. I said, I got this. Little swipey swipe. I'm ghettoed. That's exactly how I said it. And so the manager came in, and so the cashier, he told what happened. They did trying to skip, come to find out I ain't have to pay for it. But they said, "Oh, where you think go? Where you think you go? You won't have to pay for that stuff." So sometimes things could work out, and then some things can work out. Now, if it's like an older person, you have one thing, you go ahead. You know what I mean? Or especially like if a mother or father, and these kids getting on their nerves. I'm talking about they trying to listen, stop doing this, these kids bunch of baby kids. They bunch of badasses. I swear to God, they bunch of badasses. You just want to take your belt, and I'm just saying, go in the bathroom, bend that asshole. You just want to do some ring around the collar on that ass. You just do. Now, stuff like that, I've been in there. I said, you can go right here. You sure? That's all right. Why are you like, why? This is my spot. because I know they have problems with kids, and you know they need to get them. You know what I'm saying? So it's true that you need to know what's going on, and what's going on here. Now there is a another question. Um, is this that in amusement park? You know, we ain't gonna put no kids up in. We gonna see grown-ups. All right. And I'm gonna throw it at um the real Aaron Collins, Sonny, then um Poetic Kells. If your brother's in an amusement park, y'all having a good time. Do you believe, and it goes from now when that poetic, it goes from man or woman too. Do you believe that the man should travel in packs in a group? Um, the real Aaron Collins.
You asking, do I believe that men should travel in groups?
Yeah, you in an amusement park. It is crowded. I'm talking about it's crowded, crowded, crowded as you smoking that loud in the goddamn yard. It's crowded like money. It's so crowded you can see the chimney going up in that motherfucking piece. And that's how crowded it is. And I want to, do you think us as men, in these days that we talk about safety, do you think that we should travel in groups? All women too.
Yeah, because of safety in numbers, and then yeah, and especially if you came together, you should leave together. You should stay together. I mean, maybe it might be some things. Maybe if you do get separated, everyone should have their phone charged and say, "Listen, I want to go check this out over here." At least tell someone where you're gonna go if you do just happen to separate. But as far as traveling together, by all means, do it. And as long as you all on one accord, everyone's together. Yeah, it's safety in numbers. No, people should have that herd mentality the way in case it jumps off, you got extra eyes and ears.
Go, go. Son, Sonny Boxing Talk. Same question, please.
Um, I would say it depends, man. Sometimes you just want to take, you just want to take your shorty out. Sometimes you might not want to travel in the pack with a whole bunch of people, but that's
Mm-hmm.
how you know you govern yourself you govern yourself properly. You know
Yeah,
what I
but I'm
mean? Like,
talking about brothers. I'm talking about group of brothers travel to a music park, period. Do you think that the brothers should stick together in number, just the way how the climate is happening right now?
uh, I would say probably. I mean, usually if I'm going to the amusement park, it's normally with a shorty. But if not, then I'll probably be going with my brothers. You
Uh-huh.
know, I 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't be just going by myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Normally, when you're going to something like that, you're taking other people with you. But yeah, I can see that. So at the same time, still, even when you're traveling in numbers, just govern yourself accordingly. Because whether you have numbers or not, if something's going to pop off, it's going to pop off. Just Of course, I see what you're saying. It's good not to get jumped. You don't
Yeah,
want to.
things
You
happen, bro. I'm saying, but you know, I even cut you off. I want you to continue because things happen these days, brother. Because a lot, like again, I said like over 2 hours ago, a lot of us do not. We don't want to adopt with the times, but we have to. I'm sorry, I just need to go. You can go ahead, bro.
yeah. Um. Yeah, I can see that, man. But I guess for me personally, I wouldn't be going by myself anyway. You know what I mean? Amusement park is something that people normally don't go by themselves. They
Mhm.
they take their friends or their family with them. Um, something like that is like a men's trip or something. Like we're spending time together as brothers.
Mhm.
You know, I mean that's just my answer, I guess.
Okay, cool. That's a good. I like that. Same question. Poetic cows.
Yeah, I think that brothers, I mean, should travel, in a pack together, this, watch each other's backs. But then again, it is an amusement park. So I would say, yeah, I think it probably would be a good idea, for the brothers to travel in packs. Most definitely the women. I think the
I
women
was
should
getting ready to ask you
all
that
in
too.
packs,
Mhm.
always. So yeah,
Now,
I would say that'd be a good idea.
okay, I'm gonna hold on to you down that. Now, how about poetic cows? And we're gonna work back to Sunny Boxing Talk and the real Aaron Collins. Now, how about you're going in couples, in groups, but number couples? Should it be the same thing?
If it's a couple going in
Yeah,
groups,
groups of couples. Like I said, about maybe two groups of couples,
mm,
like maybe like 12 altogether.
yeah, I think that would be a couples travel kind of in a group.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I think a couple would be just fine, especially if you're just going to an amusement park.
mhm,
But at the same time, I guess so. I mean, at a certain point of time, each couple might want to kind of separate and do their own thing and kind of meet back up a little later. I don't see nothing wrong with that because again, it's an amusement park. But yeah,
mhm.
I guess that'll work if
Okay,
if
cool.
couples travel in a pack.
Okay, cool. All right. Um, Sunny Boxing Talk, same question, please.
Now your question: are you asking if the couple, the other couples don't show up?
I'm talking about couples showing up. I'm switching it up a little bit.
Okay, so now it's a group of couples.
Right.
Um, Normally when it's a group of couples, they kind of stick together for a little bit, but then they kind of do their own thing. Then they probably meet up, later. So for me, it's good either with or without with me.
Okay.
But I can go with a group of couples, or I can go just me and the shorty. Doesn't really matter to me.
All right. Shorty wop wop. All right. All right. Cool. Um, Same question. The real Aaron Collins brother. You do
Yeah, if you
security.
travel with a
You do
group of
security, so you know. So go ahead.
yeah, if you travel with, if you got a couple, me myself, I'm currently single. I'm looking, but if I was with my lady and we travel with a group of other couples and stuff, you know what? At the end of the day, everyone's a grown man and woman, and if people want to separate and do their own thing while they're there, and everyone just like agree to meet up, or if you can't meet up, maybe meet at the a location or destination. No, that's fine because you don't want to be like you putting boundaries on people that you escort and putting like a curfew or escort. It's good for everyone to mingle together, but at the end of the day, sometimes people want their intimate time together with their spouse. But as long as you have it in the back of your mind that yeah, we got other people that's down with us too, and we all want to just kick it together, and we'll all meet back up. So yeah, that could work.
Oh, okay. Now, for me, it's going to sound strange, but understand what I'm saying. Is that like if we like go together in the music. I'm talking about couples, right? I would say, look, you know how it is. Not trying to tell you what to do. Now we stay like if we stay like in the park, like if we get that bus at Busch Gardens, that that's in Waynesburg, Virginia. I'm living in Virginia, also Sunny live in Virginia. And we get there like said like 8 o'clock in the morning, and then the goal is like maybe leave at 3 or 4 o'clock. And what I would say, we get there, we could break off and everything. Like every 2 hours we meet up. Make sure everything we good at this spot. And then when it hit about 3 or 4, we gonna leave from the spot. Now, people, I know some of y'all gonna think, why you say that? Because like somebody, like everybody says, strengthen. When you have more people, it's strengthen numbers, and it's better. And like again, I would say we have to think of the times, and I feel that is very important because anything could happen. And I would say that maybe hour and a half or two. Let's meet up at a certain spot. Everybody is fine, everything. Or like we go and eat, just be around a certain area we can eat together. And then after that, we could just break off. And I think that's what I would do, because maybe they probably think, oh, you trying to keep out? No, I'm just trying to keep us safe. And I think that we have to think, instead of we think for ourselves, we have to think for others. And even the ones who don't want to think for others, we sometimes have to think for them. It's sad, but at the end of the day, it's all about safety. And I think that I was gonna bring another topic up, but I'm gonna see what's up first and everything. But it's all about safety. And I think that sometimes that's true. That's true, some Candy. That's true. That's very true. And sometimes we just feel we could do certain things that we done in the past. No, things change right now, and it's getting crazier and crazier. And a lot of people, though, I'm dropping talk about racism now. Now the racism is really spread right now. You got these malicious groups. It's really out there now. They're really out there putting themselves on social media. Now a lot of people don't think that, oh, they've been out there for years and even decades. But ever since Orange Clutch 45 and the other ones out there that pushing this, they go in there and shoot us like dogs. We got white women and other nationalities calling us that we can't go in the building. You got that's why also you got other people that you could eat in a damn restaurant. Oh, yo, why this person eat in a restaurant? Like, well, I thought this is a damn public place. And then sometimes there are some people. I ain't talking about us as a people, because we know how the media, how the law enforcement has treated us. They never had treated us for even for centuries. So I ain't gonna get into that because y'all already know about that, and even most of the people in the chat. So we got to deal with that. And also, brothers, getting off the subject a little bit, but understand it is a comparative. I'm going to connect the dots. Brothers, you, and I know that you provide for your family, and I completely how it is. But brothers, you have to learn to cook, because sometimes doing cooking is safety. So and then that the wife or girlfriend, whatever, you got to be in alignment with that. Kids want to go out and they don't want to go eat. No, 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 no. We can cook in the same house, the house, or the man and the woman you cook together in the house, and you have to show these kids that you are the boss. I find that there's a lot of kids try to tell grown-ups what to do. I don't want this, I don't want that. Well, you ask me, God damn it, you starving. You're lucky I'm giving you some goddamn bread and water. And what I'm trying to say, family, that us as grown-ups, we even you don't have to be a parent. We had to gain back our leadership as a community, grown-ups. We cannot let kids decide for us because they do not have the fortitude to do that. We cannot let that happen, family. That also is the problem. And I know it might be some people like, why are you talking? But it's true. I seen it myself, and I know the people in the panel has seen it yourself, and I know definitely the people in the chat has seen it. We cannot let these children take charge because they don't know what real safety is really all about. So sometimes you have to sit down with the listen. This is how it's going to be. If they don't follow it, it's going to be you're going to be reprimanded for that. But I'm talking about in our community. I'm talking about throughout humanity too. Go throughout humanity too. I'm throwing it out too. But especially in our community, the black man and the black woman have to work in conjunction together to make sure that our kids is okay. And they have to understand there are certain things that they have to listen. If they don't listen, they have to deal with the consequences. But at the end, it's all about staying alive and be safe. Staying alive and be safe. Staying alive and be safe. Welcome, sweet and saving. Thanks for coming. We got to stop letting our kids off the hook. We got to stop letting these grown-ups that ain't doing nothing for us off the hook. I always say this, that we have to get on our grind of righteousness. But at the same time, we have to definitely get on our grind and let the kids know, nah, this ain't happening. But I want no, you go, no. I tell you what to do because I have the best for you. And so you got to deal with that. Or you going to get dealt with. We got to gain our community back. And our young people got to learn to fall in line of what we talk about. Spirit of truth. We say, I know black people has been treated very unjustly and black woman has been abused by a white man slavery. We created, I believe, would be judged and tortured the slave master devil in hell. God wants, okay. All right. But all I'm just saying that what we have to do is that we have to be more alert what's going on. We have to be more alert because, like I said, and I'm gonna keep emphasizing this, a little over 2 hours ago when I say this, that is getting critical, family. And the sad thing about it, we losing the battle. And the kids think that they winning, but they not. And we have to understand that we got to gain our community back. And the time is now.
Hey, JT, I want to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
I was listening to what you're saying, that it appears that we lose the battle, but even in this day and age, with things being the way they are, believe it or not, there is still hope. I mean, there is still hope even in that 11 o'clock hour. Like, that's like if you're watching a game and the team is down by maybe a couple of points, but just as the buzzer hits, they get that shot and win the game. I believe that's how our situation is as a community. I really do believe that we may get that buzzer shot and that at that 11 o'clock hour, we going to make it. Just because it looks like it's down and out, believe there's always a situation that will arise that will cause us to prevail. And like I said, I talk a lot about God because I really do believe in him. And I'm a recipient of some supernatural blessings. Trust me. But I just want to put that out there for the chat, for the panel, for everybody that there is still hope.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say that, but I'm glad you brought it up. Yeah, there is hope. And I agree on that. It is hope, but we have to create that hope. We cannot think that hope is gonna come to us because we come from a different cloth of humanity that is different. And I'm just trying to like save our people in my own way, and the ones in the chat and the one in the chat, I mean the panel in the chat, excuse me, that each of us could play a big time to help our community. And by showing up tonight, it goes to show right now, like the brother Eric Khan said, there is hope. And I'm just saying that let's try to do more. And I'm not saying that it depends on people's circumstances. Wherever you can bring, it's okay. It is beautiful. So when people say, "Oh, that's not enough," shut the fuck up. You know, you let that person do the best he or she can, and you do. If you could do more, you could do more. If that person just do a little, you'd be surprised that little ass up. And we have to understand that too. We always complain. Some of our people, that's what sometimes I get doggone pissed off sometimes because we always be thinking the ones that already have, oh, you need to do this and that. Well, maybe you got those things of opportunity. Majority of us has it. But it doesn't mean the ones who don't hardly have opportunity, they could bring something to the movement. It doesn't mean that what they bring the contribution, that doesn't count, because it does count. We like to be loud. Maybe I'm getting off the subject. I'm sorry. We like to be loud about stuff instead of we let status get in the way. And I want y'all to look for that live stream, because I broke it down about status. We let status get in the way. We let our ego get in the way. And we feel that, oh, I just do enough. That's it. You know, I'm going to let the other person pick up the pieces. Nah, got to keep it moving, family. We got to have to learn when it comes to safety. We have to learn and move as one unit. It cannot be separate no more. We got to learn to work as one unit. We work as one unit. We the most powerful people in the world. Nobody cannot stop us. No matter what level it is, I'm talking about safety. It could span the other sectors, but I'm talking about safety now. Because the same thing of this oppressed system that we call white privilege and other nationalities has worked under that in evil ways. They work in safety. Now, it's wrong what they're doing, yes. And we have to understand we got to follow that safety code. that we have to develop within ourselves. So I'm gonna end this. Um, thanks to chat, everybody else that came early, and the other ones, the ones who came late. Y'all can catch it on the rewind. Um, and I want to thank y'all so much to take the time and listen to the brother. I'm just trying to bring the truth. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, it's all about me, because it definitely ain't all about me. I might come and do another one tonight. I'm not sure. Might want to talk about boxing. It really depends. I'm gonna reach out to some people, but that I'm, like I say before, that I'm gonna do a late boxing talk. So I'm gonna reach out to some people. So Sonny, if you up, if I reach out to somebody, maybe I call it whatever, I'll let you know. But I feel like, and sisters, sisters love boxing. Want you to come out there too, engage. All right, so what we're gonna do, I want to thank everybody. Greatly appreciating the chat as you're always. You're always bringing it. You always show love to the underrated one. You always be here, and y'all are greatly appreciated.
Appreciate you too, JT. And you always bring it, brother. And I love your philosophy. You have a really philosophic way of talking. You have like a mentor kind of essence about you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. And I still can't believe that you're in your 50s. You don't seem like it. You just have a youthfulness about you. But then that's all. But then that's also reflective of us as a people. We don't look our age, and that's a blessing right there. So
I
just want to say that.
All right. So now, after that, your last remarks, the real Aaron Collins.
Yeah. You know what? Best thing I can say. Just keep on. Everyone, just do it. Everyone, each one teach one. Everyone do what you can do, and you don't have to do nothing major. Your little bit, it counts also. If you put in a little bit of effort, that's better than no effort. And that little bit you did goes a long way. So just do what you can, do what you can do. Don't break yourself. Don't stress yourself out on it because you couldn't do what the next person does. You do what you can do. Do you. And we can that's the one way to start by building a better black community.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Um, Poetic Cows. Last remarks, please, Queen.
Well, I want to say, as usual, I appreciate you for having me on the panel. This was a very, very good live, very good topic. Much love to you, JT. You're doing a very, very good job. You know that. Much love to Sunny, and much love to the ones that was on the panel, Gab
The
Talk
real
Media,
Aaron
Bro
Collins.
Rob. Huh?
No, the brother's on it, the real Aaron Collins. That's his name.
The real Aaron Collins. Of course. Much love to you, the real Aaron Collins. And much love to the ones that was on the panel, Bro Rob, Gab Talk Media, and Malik. And mad love to Sunny. Much love to the chat. And I hope everybody have a very blissful, peaceful night.
Peaceful night. Thank you so much. One,
You're
two, one,
welcome.
two, one, two, one, two. Sunny Boxing Talk.
My check, my chickadee check. Yeah.
Take a
I want to
check.
leave. I want to leave. I just want to bring a little clarity to what the brother Aaron Collins said
Mm-hmm.
right before he gave his last remarks. He was talking about hope. I would say that hope by itself means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. It's kind of like hope is kind of like when you look at the definition of faith. You'll see hope in there. Hope you're just hoping for something. You know what I mean? That, and you take it to the scriptures. The Bible in particular, it says, um, faith without works is dead, which means you can hope all you want, but if you're not doing anything, you're just basically continuing on the same pattern, expecting something to change. Where if you do that, nothing is going to change. I don't care how much you pray and you spit and you dance and do flips. Like nothing's going to change without you actively doing something different. And I saw one of the sisters in the chat. She had mentioned that she be getting hands put under her skirt. I would say to the sisters and all the other brothers watching, but especially the sisters, um, I would ask you to try to do some things differently, especially for the ones who are single who don't have a male covering over them to help protect them. You know, conquer your fear. A lot of women, not all of them. There's some that go hard, but there's some women who are afraid of guns. You know, I will admonish you to take a safety firearm course. You know, go to the range, learn how to shoot, conquer that fear, and you'll be surprised how much confidence it will bring to yourself, and then you may actually something that you may be so afraid of, you may actually like it. Learn how to use it. Learn how if you have children in the house with you or nieces and nephews, learn how you can still have it in your house but keep it to where it's safe. They there are some very good inexpensive safes that you can use. That all you got to do is put your finger on it and it unlocks like biometrics. So like it's possible to be armed and and be safe around your children. So take a firearm safety course. You know, um, take a martial arts class, or even if you want to go out to the gym, take do a kickboxing class. You know what I mean? This is how you will build confidence in yourself to where you can actually defend yourself. And if you're by yourself and someone violates you, don't be afraid to dial that number and call the police. I can't, stress that enough. No one should be touching you without your consent. No one should be putting their hands under your skirt without your consent. That's a crime. So I would admonish you. I would admonish you. Like take the firearm safety course, get you a concealed carry license. It normally takes up to like 40 days to get. Go to the range. You'd be surprised. That's actually a decent date. Fellas, some of the ladies are afraid of the firearms, but once they take that first shot, it's like, wow, I didn't think I would do it, and all that fear goes away. Next thing you know, you're having fun. That's a different type of date, but it's a very empowering date. Things of that nature. And JT, I want to apologize because I fully didn't understand the question that you asked. I didn't understand what you were saying until you gave your answer, which
Mm-hmm.
you was talking about um, your answer as far as safety in numbers with the at the amusement park.
Mm-hmm.
That's naturally what I do, but I didn't fully understand the question, so I just answered it differently. But like I do the same thing. Like we'll pick a certain time, especially we split up. We pick a certain time at where we meet. You know, to make sure everybody's okay. Make sure there's no problems or whatever, and then you go back do what you do because we live in a crazy world where anything can happen. So um, drive the speed limit, try to limit your contact with the police officers. Make sure that your lights and everything are in order. Ladies, if you're single, Learn how to change your light yourself. It'll save you some money. It's not very hard. You can actually you can YouTube it on. You can type it in YouTube, whatever car you have. Make sure your lights are good. Or even if you want to spend that money to have it checked, make sure your lights are good. So that you will limit your time with the police. You know what I mean? Um, that's that's actually doing something different than what you've been doing before. Those few simple things may change your life. Going out to a firing range, especially if you know the firing range. If you're stressed out, that is a great way to relieve stress. And you might like it so much to the point where you might want to say, well, let me see if I can get into competition shooting. Next thing you know, you start making money off of shooting. Like you never know what'll happen. But don't be afraid. Learn the laws of your state. See if you can have a concealed carry license. Unfortunately, I don't think the real Aaron Collins where he at, they don't allow that. I think in LA.
Yeah, they don't
But
have it in California, but when I lived in Texas, I was concealed carry, but California, the laws are a little bit tricky.
yeah, see, and me personally, I would never move to a state that just
Um,
openly.
I'm from California and I had license to carry. So
But
you
does
can
it
get
does it depends what part of California you live at, Cows?
no. I was in the southern part of California, Los Angeles, of course, and no, I don't think so.
Were
Oh,
you into security?
No, I wasn't into security.
Well, that's a degree that you might want to teach some people on how to do because I do know that, well, from my understanding, that it's very, very hard to do in that state.
All I had because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like went to a pawn shop to get it.
Hmm.
So all they do is they have you take a test and then they run a 10-day background check on you. And if your background check come out clean, the license to carry and I could get the heat. That's how I did it.
okay. So the real Aaron Collins, where you at?
I live in Los Angeles right now. Like I said, I did live in Texas also, but I will look into a little bit more of the private gun laws because see, like I do security work, but in order to do security and carry, you gotta take another type of course.
Hmm.
But as far as private ownership, I mean private carrying, I'll look more into that. I think they have something here called like a special purpose law or some kind of like a certain. They want to look at certain reasons. I mean, me and myself, I'm gonna say this. You all might think I'm crazy for saying this, but I'm gonna say this. By all means, if you can, check out the NRA. I know people might say, yeah, I'm talking about the National Rifle Association. A lot of people there, well, yeah, but it's a bunch of white supremacists and militia people. That's all right though. The NRA is actually a good organization. Check them out because they're actually advocates for gun ownership, and they actually do fight for the. They're trying to reinstate the national right to carry, where you could carry from state to state. Because see, last time I checked, Texas has reciprocity. I think 27 states. It's probably changed, but there's two types of laws. There's reciprocal laws, and then there's unilateral laws. Unilateral means it's only one way. Like say, like in California, they can carry in Texas and a few other states, but Texas can't carry in California. Whereas reciprocal means that we can carry there and they can carry here, and it's that simple. So the NRA, they're trying to actually fight for private gun ownership and gun rights. They're trying to help reinstall the right to bear arms. So check them out, see what they got to say. I mean, so what if a bunch of people and survivalist cats and white supremacists, if they do, so what if they do go to this organization? Okay, I mean, okay, they want to know about gun laws. Okay, well, we should be doing the same thing, knowing about gun laws. So that's one thing we do have in common with them. So check out the NRA.
Okay, all right. And then you also,
One more thing, JT.
Go.
Thank you everybody that came into the chat today. We appreciate you. For everyone that came onto the panel today, thank you very much. Honors to you. I'm proud of you, Poetic Kells. Keep up the good work. Make sure you go into that range, and you keeping up with your aim. You know, sometimes even when we get it, sometimes we'll sit still on it. Go to the range, and especially if you're not having a good day, you'll be surprised. So make sure that you. Not saying that you're not. I'm not sure, but I just want to let you know I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work, sis. And thank you, JT, once again. With that, I
Thank you,
say to
Sonny.
you,
I appreciate that.
no problem, sis.
And before I continue, if y'all want to shoot, I'm your best friend. All right, don't y'all because y'all let women get aim and shit, and then you get a little argument. You want to shoot a brother in the ass. I'm just saying, don't. I'm your friend. So if I say something, let's talk it out. You know what I'm saying? Put the thing in the clip on the table and let's work it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the enemy. I'm just throwing it out. Brothers too. Listen, I'm on your side. I'm just, I'm just saying. I'm on your side. Don't shoot me, please. But don't shoot. Y'all, because some of these people, before I say my life, they get crazy. They get a gun, especially in Virginia. I mean, not Virginia, but I know other parts. You see that because you born in Virginia. Man, them young boys, they getting in there, they walk, they be sticking their chests out. Man, they trying to cross path and bump you. Man, you got it, homie. They stick their chests out. I mean, one time, I'm gonna make my last remark. It was this guy, man, young boy. I mean, he had his gun, but his friend was like, poking this, yo, man, I know you got your gun, but relax, man. Why you sticking your chest out? They say, yo, nigga, get it. What you doing, man? That's for safety, homie. And the other homies, they had guns. So I said, yeah, man, why you acting like that, man? Relax, dog. Dang. Motherfuckers be having guns on how to act. And it goes to show that he was telling them to be responsible. You use it when you have to. And he trying like really like bump into yo, what up? Yo, I'm telling you, man, he would have snubbed to keep your gun and shoot you. We wouldn't do nothing. And they say, yo, mister, we sorry, man. We sorry, man. Yo, you acting stupid, man. Yo, let's leave him alone. And they left him. So we gotta be responsible too. We got to learn to be responsible. But I definitely want to say is that of this live, when I created part two of the Underrated One Speaks, I knew what's going to happen, but I didn't know how it's going to turn. Because at first I was going to let it do it like over an hour, just 7 o'clock, and that's it. But I see how the conversation evolves. And I appreciate that. I feel we talk a lot of great, I'm talking about great points from the panel. Gabe Talk Media, Brother Rob, Poetic Cows, Sonny Boxer, my brother, also my brother, the great Aaron Collins. And I'm not gonna cool myself because I'm the host, I created, so I'm not gonna. Nah, it ain't all about me. It's about the family. And the chat was very into it tonight. They always been into it, but they was into it tonight. And that grudge much blessings to y'all. Bottom of my heart, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all in the chat. Um, like I said before, I might do a late boxing talk tonight. I don't know how that's gonna overcome. I don't know, but if not, it's gonna come. I'm gonna do some boxing. I definitely want to get in some boxing, Sonny. I might chop up with you a little later on, brother. And let's see what's up. Or Eric Collins, you want to come through, you can come through. But lately I have not been talking about boxing because the status how it is. But I got to get back to my historical grind again. I got to get back to my degrees, and so I'm going to do more about that. And the ones who know boxing, look into boxing. There's a lot of stories happen. The fight against Furry and Wilder is really happening. Lot of things is talking. So I want y'all to look into that. Let's learn to join in these sports sisters. Learn to join in these sports, because they're sisters that actually in the LDBC knows boxing. They even had boxing channels, and they very smart, very crafty, very smart. And start learning about sports sisters. Be engaged of different types of sport, because there are other nationalities of women are into sports. They go with their husband, or they go take their sons. I mean, they take their sons, but they know the sport, and they have fun with it. And brothers, when you have sisters that want to engage in sports, yeah, be engaged. Show her, the technology, the whatever sports it is, more than one sport. Show her that. What I'm saying like this though, is all about safety too, but it's all about having a good time. When I'm at right now, the black man, the black woman, we gotta rely on each other for everything. We gotta learn to compromise. And so when we want to be in safety, we want to be in safety in numbers. It's all about compromise. That sometimes that we fail to understand that. Teach the kids the compromise of safety. Let them know safety is very important. Tell them about bullying and stuff like that, and understand that. Even there's bullying in our community as grown-ups that we don't talk about either. And that is a safety violation right there that we need to talk about. So what we must have to do, you gotta keep these conversations going that we having tonight. We have to learn to do things together more. And plus as a group. And let it be consistently when we do it. And we have to love what we do. And while we set these examples, there are other people in our community other brothers, sisters, in our community, they will follow that. They will embrace that. Because I believe you can still have a good time and plus be safety. It can't be either one. We could do both things at one time. So we're going to check the chat one more time, see anybody that come in. So in case they come in, I can tell them go ahead and rewind. Much love to you, Kappa Kappa from UK. Always a blessing. Thanks for coming. And let me see. Like I said, most likely I might come with another one tonight. It depends how it is. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. On behalf of Gab Talk Media, Brother Rob, the real Aaron Collins, Sonny Boxing Talk, and Kels, and the rest of the family in the chat. that hold up this conversation and was not afraid to deal with it, but did a marvelous job to broaden this conversation. And on that note, Ghost.